welcome to Fullerton Unfiltered. The podcast begins in a moment, but first, if one of your goals for next season is to improve your money-making potential, then seriously consider picking up the training, resources, and courses provided over at LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com to unlock greater revenues in 22. I'm Mr. Producer. The promo codes to save on the whole ball of wax and individual items will be in the podcast description, and the savings, that starts this Friday, Black Friday, at LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com.
You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It's your host, Brian Fullerton, here hanging with you guys today. Well, you guys know on the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast, it's all about lawns, lessons, life, and our goal is to help you guys grow a more successful lawn and landscaping business. And so you guys can go out there and crush it, hit your goals, and literally just make a name for you guys yourself out there. Well, we do also guest interviews from time to time, and we like to kind of change it up on the show once in a while, from solo episodes to having different guests on. Well, today we're joined by none other than Justin Skutack. He's over here from Falls, PA. Justin, welcome to the show, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Brian. How are you?
Doing pretty good. We're recording this on a rainy Tuesday morning. We have another rain out day. Go figure. And I think that's why you're joining us on the show, because you guys also are having a bunch of rain today, right?
It is today, just like the rest of the past summer that we just had. It's insane.
It's so funny because every podcast episode that I open up with, "Hey, it's been raining. Hey, it's been raining. Hey, it's raining today," and I'm not making this up, folks. I mean, my heart goes out too to the guys that are listening in that have not had an ounce of rain. I mean, talk about just the swing of the marbles, on the little pendulum there, like. Some people have no rain. Other of us are literally drowning, like the old Instagram meme that floats around in the spring with the pontoons on the mower. I think we need to add those right now. You know what I'm saying? So, have you guys?
Yeah.
How's the weather over there? You guys getting rain today, tomorrow, or are you guys losing the week, or what's going on?
We got a decent amount of rain yesterday. Today it's kind of like hit and miss. But it's still obviously pretty soaked from yesterday. So it's a good day. Much like yesterday, it's a good day to catch up on, quotes and sending invoices and things like that.
Amen.
So
yeah, I was just answering like a dozen emails that just from Monday, bro. And I'm like, gosh, it just never ends, but it's one of those things where you're either out in the field or out in the office, and it's hard to even manage both. But I'm trying to catch up on office work today, knowing that the next 3 days we're going to counter balance with just being in the field all day and try to mow half the planet over here in Michigan, so it's never a dull moment. But we're going to talk about you and your business today. We've been trying to line this up for a couple weeks now, and Keith Kalfa says a line: you get in where you fit in. And so today just happens to be a time where I was shooting you a text and I said, "Hey dude, change of plans. I'm actually off this morning. Do you want to catch up?" And you said simultaneously that you guys are getting some rain too, so we're able to kind of catch up. And it's like one of the couple interviews I get to do during the afternoon hours versus doing everything at 10 p.m. at night. So let's just give like a 2-minute highlight reel of where you're at and where you're coming from. What's your business look like? How old are you? And what do you got going on over there in Falls, PA?
So I'm 20 years old. I did go to college for electrical construction, but I decided to just stick with landscaping simply for the fact that once I got out of college, my business, I felt as though it was just so far along to just quit on it and pack up and go to something else.
Sure.
So this is actually my first year officially in business. We're sitting at about a year and a half now.
Okay.
Excuse me. So, but how it all got started was, I just mowed some lawns after school. Like when I was in high school, just had a mower and a pickup truck, and it pretty much just went from there. And I kind of said, well, I kind of like doing this. I like working for myself. I like the, working outside. and kind of transforming somebody's property, not only cutting grass, but also, doing small landscape projects as well.
Sure. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about that because before we hit start on the podcast, we were just getting to catch up, get to know each other a little bit. And I said, so are you doing more lawn care or more landscaping? And you had said a little bit of both, but it just really depends on what the schedule needs that week. And I said, amen to that, because that's an honest answer. Sometimes you can go mow. Sometimes you're trying to do some landscaping work. But I want to kind of dive a little bit deeper into that story and how you're running the business now, your first year and a half, because I think it'll be really relatable to a lot of guys that are just getting their business started. And they're trying to figure out the best days to do work, the best way to schedule, the best way to balance all the obligations on the calendar, and with all the customers. So it's going to be a fun conversation to hear what you guys got going on behind the scenes. Hey Justin, before we get to go down the rabbit hole and hearing a little bit more about your startup story and what you guys got going on today, we got to pay the bills around here, and unfortunately, we're still waiting for a food or beverage sponsor for the show. I'm kind of shocked, Justin, honestly, that we haven't got Firehouse Subs or Mountain Dew or Tim Hortons. I'm actually I'm drinking a Tim Hortons coffee this morning, but we
Red Bull in my case.
Red Bull. I call that the juice. You got to get the juice going. It's crazy. I'm like all of the guys listening into the show. We live on Bang energy drinks and Red Bull. A little known fact out there: Caleb is the 3 for $5 guy with the the nasty energy drinks, bro. He goes, well, we don't got that Fullerton Unfiltered money. I said, I go, bro, I'm buying a 4-pack at Costco. I'm swimming in gold coins like Scrooge McDuck or whatever. So I swear to God, one time I was hanging with Caleb Allman together in the trades, and we get in the truck in the Jeep that they rented on Turo, and he had an energy drink with the little tilted pop top, and I said, did you got an extra one of those? And he goes, no, this is the one he uses the word nursing. He goes, I'm nursing this one from yesterday. And I said, and bro, it's like the 99-cent Rip It type ones that are, it's just pure sugar and like cocaine, and
pretty much. Exactly.
I said, dude, and he picks like the coffee flavored ones, and Caleb Allman, if you listen to the show, I love you, man, but I don't know what you're doing over there putting that in your body. But he hits the 3 for $5, and Brittany Allman's like, hey, he's on a budget, and he's like, we don't drink those top shelf energy drinks like Fullerton. So
I don't know.
But
those coffee flavored ones, they're
dude, 2 days old, 2-day old coffee.
I'm
like, what are you doing, bro? 8 hours sitting in the truck overnight in Texas heat. I'm like,
you know what? Kudos to that guy, because he must really have like a stomach of steel or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say after drinking that, he decided to eat glass for lunch. You know what I mean? And
pretty much. Yeah, it's like SpongeBob, the one character in SpongeBob. I ate a bowl of nails for breakfast. I didn't even have any milk. No, you know what I mean?
I swear to God, man. So, some of you guys out there, you guys are health nuts, and the other end of the spectrum is guys like, me and Justin and Caleb, that we live on, caffeine and energy drinks. But it's still, if anybody has anybody at, you have your people that know people, have them get in touch with my people, which is me, and we'll get we'll get Monster or a really cool one would be Body Armor. I really love body armors out there, like Body Armor lights and of course Essentia water, but Justin, we don't have a big enough social media to promote water on our. I literally filled out the paper once. We're going down such a rabbit hole, but Paul Jameson was like, dude, you need to be an Essentia influencer. And I was like, oh, that'd be awesome. Right. So I emailed them and they're like, unfortunately, you don't qualify to be an Essentia ambassador. I said, well, what's the qualification to move water? I said, like, what could that possibly be? And I don't know. So we didn't qualify for that, but maybe we'll have a better chance with like the Kirkland special at Sam's Club or whatever, Costco. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. It's one of those things out there. But anyway, we appreciate you guys listening to the show. We're gonna hear from today a little rant there, and I was thinking about Caleb's nursing the 2-day-old coffee. 99-cent energy drinks. That's just bad. So
that's impressive. That really is.
If you guys want to do Caleb a solid, listen to the Kid Contractor podcast. He gives out his PO box, and you guys got to send him like a case of Red Bull or a case of Monster and just say, hey, heard on the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast that maybe things are tight behind the scenes. Wanted to help you out. wanted to help feed the addiction with getting you off the 3 for $5 pack. Or maybe you guys would do him a solid and go buy him a 3 for $5 pack at GIE, and he'll be besties with you guys after that. You know what I'm saying? So, but in all sincerity, we're gonna hear from today's show sponsors. We've got some really great companies that do partner with the show, and we couldn't do it without them. It takes a lot of time and energy to put these podcasts together, guys. I'm telling you what, hobbies are fun, but the podcast isn't going to be sticking around for more than a couple months if you don't have people paying the light bill and paying production costs, and this mixer's $700 or whatever. So we really do appreciate the companies that sponsor and partner with the podcast or on the YouTube channel. And Mr. Producer has a great line. He says, support the sponsors that support the show. So if you guys can, check out IsoTunes and Ballard and Equipment Defender, we truly appreciate that support, the Cujos, all that stuff out there. So let's hear really quick from today's show sponsors, and then we're going to come right on back and hear a little bit more about Justin's startup story. Hang tight. We'll be right back.
And remember to use that code Brian's10 at checkout with many of our sponsors. In the description, you'll see Brian's link tree. That'll have all the ways to save money with our partners. And as you're thinking about Black Friday deals for the family, make sure and pick up something for yourself. You're buying tons of gifts for everybody else. Why not pick up something that you need? LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com can certainly help. Maybe it's time to schedule a one-on-one coaching call with Brian, or even consider grabbing that whole ball of wax. We've got a really good deal on that coming up. Make a huge investment in yourself. It really might be the best thing that you buy during the holidays.
All right. Well, Justin, we're going to go right back to you, brother. We were getting on a little coffee rant and talking about, 99-cent energy drinks, which is just brutal.
Oh, yeah.
But let's go back to you, man. I'm curious about how business is going for you. Your first, like you said, 18 months. Now, is this something that you just started 18 months ago, or you had said that you were, push mowing, with like a high school kid normally does, and just make some extra cash. So how have things been going this last 18 months? Is things more formalized, and you're really starting to make a go of the business, or?
They've been going great. Honestly, Brian, if you told me, that I would be where I'm at now at 20, 2 years ago at 17 or 18, I would have told you were insane.
Sure.
Like I said, it started with a push mower and a truck. I was so broke I couldn't even afford my own weed whacker. I used my dad's, and I actually put the cheapest handheld steel blower at my local steel dealer. I had to put that on layaway. It was like $125.
Okay.
And
sure.
I had to pay it off over the course of like a month and a half.
Right.
So I went and I did that. Excuse me. Like I said, I didn't even have a trailer until pretty much after I started mowing lawns in like August or September, of my senior year, right at the beginning of my senior year of high school. So I didn't buy a trailer until over the winter, because I had to save up to buy it. And then it kind of just blossomed from there. I ended up getting a zero turn, and I ended up getting a couple more lawns where it almost wasn't just after school or on the weekends anymore. It was, 1 or 2 full days. And then plus, after work in the summer or after college, once college rolled around. And then I said, you know what, I'm doing all right with this thing. I might as well stick with it. And I really enjoyed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just the whole, not just cutting grass, not just being outside, just the whole working for yourself thing is really what I love, you know?
Now, did you always have intentions or plans of being self-employed or doing your own thing? Because
I did. I just wasn't sure of what I wanted to do, because growing up and stuff, I credit my work ethic to my parents 110%.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like my dad did side work, you know what I mean? Or, I'm not mechanically inclined at all. So I sort of had to figure out what I could do or what I would really like to do if I was going to do it for myself and, you know, do it for the rest of my life.
Right.
So there was really nothing that, that like pushed me in one way or the other. It was just kind of a guy I used to work with at a summer job when I was in high school said, "Hey, I'm selling a lawnmower. Why don't you buy it and make some extra money with it?"
Okay.
And that's what I did.
Yeah.
I had no idea how to run a lawn business. That's kind of when I came across, you know, your videos and the whole landscape or, you know, lawn care community that I had no idea that existed.
Sure.
Until that all happened. And I'm really glad I found it, to say the least.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, and you were going to school to be an electrician or electrical work, and then you were just mowing grass on the side until this last year or so?
Pretty much, yeah. I just graduated college in May of this year of 2021. And pretty much over the winter last year between my, what was it?
All your school and
between school and everything, like right around, I guess when the pandemic, whatever this is, started to like cool off over like, you know, the last holiday season that we just had.
Mm-hmm.
When we were on winter break in school, I kind of was like, you know, I mean, I came this far. I don't want to give up on school. I want to just get the degree and get it over with.
Sure.
But I also don't want to give up on my lawn care business, my landscape business. So I just finished school and then, you know, started working hard all summer and dodging the raindrops pretty much, you know?
Right. Well, that's cool, man. That's really cool. Well, I know a lot of guys are in that boat where they're, you know, in their junior or senior year of school, and it's like, do I finish up the degree? Do I just, you know, hang it up and then just take this lawn care business to 6 figures plus? It really is a personal decision. I mean, if you haven't started college, my answer would be maybe consider self-employment or a trade. I'm a huge Mike Rowe fan. Like, somebody asked me, like, what do you see this thing in 5-10 years? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just hanging out, having fun like you guys, man. It's kind of like, how do you put like a pinpoint on social media? I don't know what that even means or looks like. I can build a business backwards, but I don't know how to, like, where can this thing go? And I said, you know who I really do look up to? I said, Mike Rowe. I said, that guy, I love everything that guy's got going on about just promoting the trades and blue collar work.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, like if that guy ran for president, I would imagine he would win in a landslide. Like he's just,
I'd vote for him in a heartbeat.
Right.
I would vote for him in a heartbeat.
He's just like an honest dude that, you know, is trying to help, present the other side is what I always say. And so, yeah. You know, I'm in the same boat where I'm like, hey, I have nothing against college. I really don't. What I am against is, you know, there's a meme that goes around all the time on Instagram. You guys see it all the time. It's like, can you, you know, banks will lend an 18-year-old $100,000, no questions asked, for college, but they won't even lend him $10,000 to start a small business. And yeah, and I just that right there, that's a problem. And I've had that like specific thing happen to me. You know, long story short, I wanted to invest in my business a little bit, but didn't really have the resources to, you know, to invest in or to use to invest. And I got denied. But then again, I got, you know, no questions asked for student loans and everything else. Now, if I may say something real quick about college, is I'm very glad that I finished. Yep.
You know, if I was able to have a crystal ball and see how things would be going right now, you know, 3 years ago,
sure,
I honestly, Brian probably would not have gone.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very glad, at the end of the day, I'm very glad that I went and I finished, because not only did I learn how to, you know, wire up a house, you know, put lights in or outlets or whatever, but where I went, Johnson College in Scranton, PA, check them out if you're from my area.
Yeah.
They teach you how to, you know, work as a team and work with other people and, you know, work for other people. You know, it's not just, you know, go to learn how to do something. It's almost like how to be an upstanding, how do I say it?
Well, contributor and team player.
Like a good contributor to the workforce.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They did a very good job with that. And for that, I'm glad that I finished, because I did learn a lot of basically how to be a good contributor as an adult to the workforce. Well, you know what I mean?
Well, that absolutely. And it also taught you how to, finish something you started, and
exactly.
That's something I think, if you're a junior or senior, it's like, just finish up the year, finish up the degree. Now, if it's going to cost you $50,000 to finish, that's, finishing based on the merit of making or seeing something through versus the, weighing out the, I don't know what you call it, the weightiness of, having $50,000 in debt over your head. Like that's a personal decision. You got to think through and think, what makes the best decision. What's the best, outcome 5, 10, 20 years from now? Is this going to be an anchor, or is this going to be an accelerator for me in my career? And, that's a whole nother conversation, but I love it when people finish strong. And, Liz and I talk about that all the time when we have, our kids maybe one day in sports or something like that. Like we know those conversations are going to happen where they're going to sign up for little league or, football, and it's tough and it's hard. And it's like, no, you made a commitment to start. You're going to make a commitment to finish this season.
Exactly.
I don't care if you quit the season after, the season's over and you don't want to play football or volleyball or whatever the kids want to do. We don't care. But you're not going to quit halfway through because it's tough, because we know there's going to be those August days where they're doing 2-a-days and it's 90 degrees out and they don't want to be there. Hell, the parents don't want to be there. You know what I mean? Like, but that
after a long day of cutting grass, especially,
dude, for sure. I mean, like, that's where character gets forged. And it's when you don't want to do it and when it's tough. Like so we always talk about, we're going to do the hard thing. That's like a core value that we talk about in our household. But so that's really cool for you, man. I'm really, really excited about what you got going on. So let's take it to where you are today. How's business going today, and what do you guys mostly focus on with JSE, Enterprises and Justin's Lawn and Landscapes?
We're pretty much focused on, I know I said earlier, we do honestly almost like a 50-50 split of lawn care and landscaping.
Okay.
So things are going very well with that. Just like everybody else in the entire country, I'm shorthanded, probably just like yourself, just like probably all the guys listening.
Oh yeah.
So other than the help shortage, things are going fantastic. If you told me that I would be where I'm at today, 2 or 3 years ago, I would have told you were nuts.
Sure.
And we're still growing, which is the awesome part. There's no limit, which is why I love what I do.
Mm-hmm.
But, the 50-50 split, between lawn care and landscaping, essentially what I gathered from talking to a couple other landscape friends around here, what a lot of us have in common is a lot of our clients would rather their backyard or their property be done, on like a Thursday or a Friday so they can enjoy their backyard or around their pool or whatever, for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've done lately is every lawn I cut is pretty much between Wednesday and Friday. I have days I cut certain ones Wednesday, certain ones on Thursday, and certain ones on Friday, unless it rains,
mm-hmm.
which, and then we work the weekend, which has happened a lot this year.
Oh yeah.
Then if we have a good week weather-wise, I'll work on quotes and stuff on Saturday and Sunday. I'll try to get my material orders in for like pavers and blocks and stuff like that by Saturday around noon, because that's when a lot of the suppliers close. That way they can have me in for first thing Monday or Tuesday morning to get the job started. And then we'll usually either wrap up the job if it's not done between Monday or like Sunday and Tuesday or Monday and Tuesday. We'll go back, after we get done cutting grass for the day between Wednesday and Friday, or back, the weekend. And it's kind of just like a big cycle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it gets overwhelming at times, but it's what works the best for us and more so our clients, because I know I see a lot of you guys on YouTube and stuff like that. a lot of you guys don't do a lot of bi-weekly lawns anymore.
No.
Which, quite honestly, I hate them, but it's like a big part of my area and what we do, just because it's people up here sometimes have a weird mentality of how they have to cut their grass and if they have to bag it or not.
Sure.
But it's usually a couple extra bucks in our pocket, and we don't want to lose that business. So some weeks, every other week is actually a little bit busier than the previous one with doing lawns. So then that also gives a chance to, every other week we might have a larger landscaping project when we're not as busy with lawns. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. That's cool. That's cool.
I could go on forever and ever about that, but it's just like I said, it's just a big cycle pretty much.
So let me ask you this. Do you see, in the next 12, 18 months, do you guys have any intention of like a full-time maintenance crew, then a landscaping crew, or going all in with maintenance, or going all in with landscape only, or keeping a hybrid? What's no right or wrong answer. I just love hearing what you guys are planning for the future.
No, that's a good question. Honestly, I have, full intentions of getting maybe another one or two guys in the truck and just having them cut all the lawns.
Okay.
And then me and one or two other guys. I don't want to get super big, like with staffing. Probably two guys to go cut grass, and then myself and one or two other guys to do like the landscape jobs from Monday to Friday, and then have the guys cut grass from Monday to Friday as well.
Sure.
So, like you said, two separate crews, and then, but also keep it kind of like a hybrid, like still offer both, services through like in my business, but not, but split it up between two crews is what I'm saying.
Yeah. We did a podcast maybe about a month ago at this time, and I talked about I think 3 or 4 different business model types, and basically we talked about how some guys mow. Other model is some guys only do landscaping. Business model number 3 is like you do half and half, or 1/3, 2/3, or whatever. And then business model 4 is you have crews, a landscape crew and a mow crew, and that could be one of each. It could be 7 mow crews, 2 landscape crews. It could be 20 mow crews and 4 hardscape landscape crews. Corey with Perfect Cut, I know for a fact that I have 20, 30 mow crews that go out and do the commercial mowing, and 4 landscape, hardscape, install crews, and then 2 or 3 tree crews, if I'm not mistaken, and then like guys, just dozens of folks that weed and do maintenance and pruning. So there's no right or wrong answer. If you guys are ever listening to the show, the reason I ask these questions, it's not to just be like, hey Justin, what are you doing? But it's hearing what somebody else is doing and go, you know what? I wonder what I'm going to do. Like, what should I be doing? What do I want to do? Like, where am I taking this thing? And it's kind of like I always like hearing what other people are doing with their business, because then it makes me look introspectively and say, well, what kind of opportunity is sitting around me? Like, do I have a bunch of guys and friends and I'm 20 and, infinite labor? Well, it might be a good time to add a couple guys and grow the crews. If you're 35 and you only have a half dozen couple friends, then, young guys are hard to come by because you're not in that peer group anymore. Right. It might not be something where you're going to have, 8 college kids helping you every day or every week. You might need to have a little bit more of a formal approach to your business and have, employee procurement forms and have a hiring process, so there's no right or wrong answer, obviously, but, what do you enjoy the most doing with the business? Do you enjoy the landscapes more, or do you enjoy the maintenance side of the business more with the cash flow? What's your go-to?
So it's like, it's almost like a split. I really enjoy the reoccurring cash flow with the mowing side. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like your secure. I've heard you talk about it. Like it's kind of like your safety net. You know what I mean? If the landscaping side gets slow, you still have your 50, 60, or 100 lawns or whatever it may be to fall back on.
Sure.
But what I enjoy doing the most is basically anything with like heavy equipment, excavators, skid steers. So in that, that brings along like retaining walls, paver patios, things like that. My main thing is running equipment, but I would have to say like the landscaping side, because that's where, obviously you're not bringing an excavator to go cut grass with you. You know what I mean?
Not yet, right?
Not right now. But
that's awesome.
But yeah, so I really enjoy, like you said, the landscaping side of things. More like, smaller hardscape jobs, topsoil, things like that, where it usually would require a machine.
Okay.
That's like my favorite thing to do.
Do you foresee yourself getting involved in anything like super niche or anything that like super interests you with the landscaping, hardscaping thing that maybe people don't think about, or anything that's like really helped your business, start to hit its stride?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't see myself getting into anything special, but I would like to stick to just like the 2 or 3 day turnaround, like a small retaining wall, small patio that you can do with like 2 or 3 guys.
Yeah. Because
we talked about it before. There's like a national labor shortage right now. I don't want to repeatedly get into big jobs that take a month or 2 months or whatever.
Sure.
And then I turn around, I wake up one morning and I have no employees. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're
obligated. I think my niche or my specialty, service, if you would want to call it that, would just stick to like the smaller, like hardscape jobs or, landscape jobs in general that, like I said, you can do them in 1 to 3 days and you're in, you're out. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep. Keith Kelfus, a lot of you guys know Keith, talk to Keith. He's a great dude on YouTube and lives about an hour east and north of me, but he is going to be a speaker at Lawntrepreneur Academy Live, which is going to be really, really cool. There's your daily plug on the podcast for LAL tickets. Get them now. But but Keith Kelfus calls those jackpot jobs. So he says if he can be in and out in a day or two and do a $1,500 to $4,500 job with a 50% gross profit margin, those are what he looks for all the time, right? And so I love what you said there, because if you do this $60,000 job, you're kind of obligated to be there for 3, 4, 5 weeks, and
easily,
and if a guy or two quit or whatever, I mean, there's 24 different circumstances that could happen in scenarios there. But I like what you said, where, hey, you put the order in for your supplies on Saturday. In fact, Site One is a sponsor of the podcast, and just really, really good folks behind the scenes, guys. I'm telling you, like it's one of those things where we do get to talk to a lot of companies, and there's some companies I dread emailing and talking to, and I honestly do any like work with them, and I don't like talking to their marketing people or their PR team. And there's other companies that when they email, I'm like, oh, dude, like so-and-so emailed, like I can't wait to catch up with them and let's talk business, let's talk numbers, let's talk about how to get them in front of our audience and you guys more, because I appreciate their partnership. Well, Site One, really, really good folks behind the scenes, for real. And so long story short, I think you can order a lot of supplies on their websites these days for your irrigation parts, your, I don't know, guys, like your supply. I don't do a lot of hardscaping, landscaping, but I know their website, they've spent probably millions of dollars, let's be honest, to really help you guys facilitate orders online. So if you guys ever like want to put in orders with Site One's website, little plug for these guys, they will typically guarantee to have it ready like the next morning at 8 or 9 a.m., which is awesome. So do you use anything like that, Justin? Do you know what I'm talking about? Or do you just put in an order with your local place, or where do you go? What do you use?
Pretty much either one. We have a company, local to me, probably about, I don't know, a half hour away from where I live.
Okay.
They're called Bricks and Stones. That's who I use for all of my like block and pavers and everything that comes along with that.
Okay, cool.
They're kind of just who I use because it's just simple. They're right near like where a lot of my work is. So if I have to run there to grab something quick, it's not, like a huge dilemma.
Right.
If I just have to take a 5-minute, detour to swing by and grab an extra, piece of snap edge or a box of nails or, whatever the case may be. So,
Yep. some 3 for $5 energy drinks or something like that, you know?
Oh. Yeah, the dollar store's not too far away.
I swear to God, man, if you put a little like cooler at Caleb Ballman's local hardscape supply place, like he will keep you in business, you know? But who the hell nurses 99-cent coffee energy drinks over 2 days? It's so bad.
That doesn't, again, that's impressive. I've had it like, I used to work with guys who would put their hoagies in their windshield on a hot day because they used to, they would say that it would warm their hoagie up.
Right.
But to nurse an energy drink, like, oh man, that's just odd.
That's what happens when you have, I don't know, dude. Like, I swear, like, it's good stuff, man. I don't know. Like I drink a Red Bull and, I call it a day, but actually let me see if I can do this really quick. I haven't done this before. You got a quick second, Justin?
I do.
Okay. We're going to try something here real time. Give me one quick second.
This is Caleb. How can I help you?
Hey, Caleb. What's up, bud? It's Brian. How are you?
I saw that Brian's lawn maintenance is calling. Oh, geez. They're having a game face. What's up, man?
Yeah. Hey, 1 second. I'm going to merge a call. Okay.
I'm here.
Okay. So Caleb, I'm doing a podcast real time, like welcome to the show. And,
hey everybody, what's up?
So I'm doing an episode with a gentleman named Justin. He's out of Pennsylvania, and, we're basically done with the episode. We're just kind of hanging out, going to wrap things up here, but we had a question. Justin and I had a question for you, and it's a very serious topic and question that we have been.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. So Caleb,
I really feel a setup coming on here.
No, dude. You know me. I'm honest. Like just we totally edify everybody, right? So, we just had a question. Is what is going on with you and your addiction to the 3 for $5 energy drinks that you nurse over 2 days that are 99-cent specials?
I knew we were going to get some hard-hitting journalism here. I think this is what was coming, something along those lines of nonsense. Well, I like a good value, and if I'm going to drink poison, I want it to be a good value. So, and then I got to stretch that expensive drink out, and that's my whole philosophy on it, man. So you got to stretch that.
Is that
you got to get a good value, then you got to stretch it out, and if it's going to kill you, you better enjoy it.
So
kind of where I look at
that.
When Brian told me that you were nursing a drink over the course of like a day or two, that really impressed me. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, I'm very hesitant to do that now because some of my guys got stung in the mouth on job sites from bees getting in their energy drinks on job sites. 2 weeks ago? Yeah. So I'm really thinking I'm gonna have to get like a sippy cup or something. I think maybe.
Yeah. Well, it was funny, Caleb, because I said I was edifying your frugality, and I said I don't know when we were together in the trades. I said Caleb had this like coffee energy drink that's like 99 cents that he had left in the Jeep overnight that he was nursing like the next day or whatever. And I said, or whatever. I was like, how are you like, I nurse these for over 2 days. And I said, what does that even mean? And you were like, it's just, like it's a good value. And so in a little plug for LMN, right? Do you guys like make that a budget thing, or is that
yeah. And that's in discretionary spending line item for sure. So yeah, absolutely. And it's not a high dollar budget line item budget thing, but it's in there. So we recover all overhead. You better believe it.
Well, here's what you guys need to do. If you're listening to the show, you need to go to thehardscapeacademy.com and support Caleb with his training programs. And he's got a couple new ones like the seat wall training program. Some really good things. I'm a little plug for the Hardscape Academy. But guys, here's what I'm asking for you. Go support Caleb with.
Brian will kick you in the shins and then give you a plug.
Well,
it's pretty accurate.
Well,
that's not how it goes. Yeah.
Justin and I were just very concerned about the Allman household, and we want you to be around for a long time. And so if you guys can do me a solid, go buy a training program for $100. I told Caleb they should be $500 because his are actually good training programs. And so I said, let's go sell a couple training programs. We'll help put this all towards the fund. And then I also said, hey, if you want to send a 3 for $5 pack for the Rippets or whatever you drink, you can send them to what's the PO? It's Carroll, Ohio.
P.O. Box 203, Carroll, Ohio. Hate mail, energy drinks, whatever. Now, it makes me sound like I'm an energy drink addict. My guys are the ones that drink that stuff by the pallet. I just drink it, here and there, and when I travel and stuff. And then, it's all I can afford. It. I mean, my goodness, that stuff's expensive, man. So we got to nurse it. That's why you got to. I think that's an old bar drink in terms of, you're over there nursing your drink, Grandma, that kind of thing. So I think that's where that comes from, old bar days, maybe. But yeah, just stretching those drinks out, man. That's how it is. I'm not like the Fullertons over there. I can't bathe in essential water, and I can't do that kind of stuff. It's too crazy.
Caleb, I gotta ask you, what does Brittany say about your nursing your energy drink habit you got going on?
That is just the tip of the iceberg of weird stuff I do. You ever get her to spill the beans on me, it'll really be ugly.
Yeah, I mean, Caleb is he's very frugal with his money. That's why they're wealthy. And he's a very smart guy. That's why he also sleeps turned 90 degrees on his bed. But we're not going to talk about that on this episode. That's something for him.
You know way too much about it, Brian. Look at the time. Would you look at the time? I gotta go.
Oh, he's got to go, guys. Oh, darn it. All right. Well, you guys. Check out the hardscapeacademy.com. All profit or proceeds from that business will go to Caleb's budget to
life insurance fund.
Yeah, because Caleb, we want you to live. We're very concerned. That's why we called, because we want you to live for a long time, and so we need you to drink the good stuff, right? That top shelf energy drink, right?
Yeah, I'm curious what top shelf energy drink there is out there. Well, I guess there is stuff, but it's like $7 a can. That's absurd. That's wedding night kind of stuff. We only break that kind of champagne out for special stuff.
Right. I mean, that's like green industry podcast money. You know what I'm saying? So
there, exactly. Oh man, talking about money.
Yeah, I mean that guy, Paul Jameson over there, man, he's killing the game. So, all right, Caleb, we'll let you get back to probably actually doing real work. We Justin and I both have rain days over here, so we're just kind of shooting the breeze, but. We had the phone a friend, right? So we wanted to catch up with it and just touch base, making sure that you're doing okay. Fair enough?
Yeah, kick me right in the crotch. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you expect from the Fullertons, So. All right, okay. Well,
I really hesitated answering the phone, but we'll see what's going on.
When I texted you and you said yes, I went, jackpot. Like, this will be good. So, all right.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah, believe me, I was hesitant. I was hesitant. But yeah, here we are. It's all fun, of course.
I love it. Well, we'll let you hang up because I don't know how to hang up on a three-way call because I don't think I can do that. But unless you want to listen to the rest of the show,
here's what I'll do. Actually, I'm going to call out Sean Spencer. I'm sitting here at my desk doing office stuff. I'm drinking black coffee like a man, and so that's me calling out Sean Spencer now for time for him to step up his coffee game from creamer and sugar to black coffee now.
Oh, is he a frothy bro?
Dude, he drinks a ton of coffee and he gets up real early. He's a hustler killer, but yeah, I give him a hard time about his coffee choices. So I'll just pass the buck here and give somebody else a hard time.
Well, I'm actually drinking my Tim Hortons coffee, but I have a 3-4, so it's 3 cream, 4 sugar. And my wife goes, she goes like, "Do you actually have any coffee in there?" Like,
I say I'm the one with the problem with an energy drink, right? Okay, yeah.
Well, hey, I'm the host, so I get to control the narrative. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, it's not a no spend zone here, is it?
Well, it's yeah. I mean, we got our stimulus money in, so we're gonna run $1.89 through the business, So. All right. We're gonna get back on track. Caleb,
I'm hanging up.
We'll catch up with you, bud. We'll see you later.
Take care. Bye.
See ya.
See ya.
All right. Well, that's Caleb Allman, everybody. He is a friend of the show, right? As Paul Jameson says. And Justin, I had to do it, man. You got me.
That was awesome.
you got me laughing and having fun here, and we had to get to the bottom of this strange addiction with the 3 for $5 pack, So, but we'll probably button it up right here, man. I don't want to take your whole afternoon. We've already almost been on here for an hour, and this is really, really good, man. I appreciate you taking time to be on the show. If folks want to keep in touch with you and follow along on your journey, do you have any Instagram or social media where people can follow you?
Yeah. My regular Instagram, or for my business, I should say, would be, let's see, I'll give you exactly what it is right here in a second.
I know
it's JS Enterprises _. That's the one for my business page. And then my regular one for me is Skutack Justin, Skutack _Justin 15.
Awesome.
That's kind of like the regular one.
I dig
on
it.
There you might see a picture of the new Bobcat zero turn.
Hey.
You know?
Okay.
Just saying.
There you go.
I love that machine.
Making investments,
So,
growing the business. Man.
I know your buddy from what is it, CNI Services had that stand on.
Yeah.
And I looked into it, but we have a lot of steep hills around here where a stand on, I honestly might just be a little top heavy for. So I went with 48 inch sit down zero turn.
Okay. I'm trying to work with the Bobcat folks to get that Pro 7000 or whatever it is on here, but I don't know. We'll see it at Expo if I can find the marketing manager and see what happens for you. I know you guys want to see more demos. I'm always trying to burn up the phone behind the scenes. It's not like I have a red bat phone, to the Oval Office, So we're doing our best for you guys too.
I could give you my salesman's number. His name's Nate. He's out of Bobcat of Binghamton, New York.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
We'll have to connect with him and the rest of the team, man. Because I'm trying to get more like Spartan and Bad Boy. You guys want to see those mowers, and it takes time, man. It takes time because there's a lot of paperwork and a lot of brass you got to work with behind the scenes and contracts and. Media releases, all that. It's way more than you guys think. Sure. It's a lot, but well, Justin, dude, super appreciate you, man. Thanks for being an upbeat, fun guest for us to interview.
I appreciate being on here,
dude, for sure. And we'll definitely plug your socials in the show notes so people can catch up with you. But guys, we're gonna button up right here, and I think that's what we got, Justin. So thanks for taking time to be on today's show, brother.
Hey, thank you very much.
All right, guys. Well, hey, we'll button it up right here. You guys, super appreciate you listening to this wacky, fun episode with Justin. And it was a really good time, man, talking about all things business and then also just throwing Caleb under the bus for 20 minutes. That's what a good friend does. And I'm just having fun. But it was cool that Caleb actually was able to pick up. So, all right, guys. Well, we'll button it up right here. Thanks for listening to this episode of Fullerton Unfiltered. And don't forget to catch up with us here in the next couple of days. We'll have another episode for you guys Monday, Wednesday, and Friday without fail. Thank you to Mr. Producer for quarterback on the show. All right, guys, that's it. That's all we got for right now. We'll look forward to catching up with you guys here on the next one.
No doubt that some of you have tuned into this podcast because you've just started or you want to start your own lawn care or landscaping business. Brian has created the How to Start Your Own Lawn Care Business training program. This video course will help you understand the basics and get you moving in the right direction. Some of the topics covered: the startup phase and laying a great foundation, the basics of equipment shopping and purchasing, what to look for when you're shopping for a trailer. I really like the all things marketing and advertising section. The practical tips here alone are worth the cost. The How to Start Your Own Lawn Care Business training program also shows you how to bid and estimate projects. That's helpful just to even see if you want to take on some projects. Brian also shows you best practices for back-end office work and proper workflow. Click the link in the show description for LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com and get the How to Start Your Own Lawn Care Business training program for only $99. And join the thousands of people that we've helped achieve success with their lawn care company.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.